Hey everybody. Hey, thank you for tuning into the interview yesterday on Romania's La Maruta show. I want to thank Catalin and all the staff for having me on. After the interview, I felt it was rather awkward, and it was no fault of ProTv or anything else. It was a lost in translation thing. And what ProTv was attempting to do was elicit my story from me, which is absolutely fine. And Catalin, you asked a question, how did music save me? Well, music has always been in my life, as I was trying to say. But I think the biggest part we were trying to get to was in the military, because I've deployed many times to the war, saw absolute disgusting things, the worst of humanity, but also built a strong bond as a family with my fellow Green Berets and other people around the world, to include the Romanian Special Forces. And on September 11th, 2001, as many people remember, our entire lives changed in America. We were cowardly attacked by terrorists, and somebody had to stand up. Much like the war to the northern border here, Romanians may have to stand up to protect that they desire to be loved, and that love is their country and their family members and their countrymen. But for me, that was the very next day was the day I wrote my very first serious song, because it was a prelude to me knowing I was going to disappear probably for many years with the war. And then almost after every traumatic experience, I always had music. Just like boxing, UFC, sports, there's always music that sets the hype. If there's love, if there's everybody has a wedding song. Music is the same way when it comes to soldiers. There are songs that you'll hear that will forever change the landscape of your life. Whether it was something fun, whether it was something heroic, whether it was something sad, a song played at a soldier's funeral. And for me, I leaned on music. I did not lean on therapy, because I chose to write about my experiences in a journal setting. And that journal setting turned out to be music. Most of the original music I've written has been about a military experience. I had to write about the trauma before I could write about love. I had to write about the trauma so I could feel love. And so music essentially saved my life, based on the years I was deployed, the losses I felt from, if a Romanian was injured, a Hungarian Special Forces guy died, especially when Slim died and got killed. So there was many things that went through, and there was always music. Music was our hype. Music was our fallback. We always had music going on. So music saved my life more times than none, because when I was at my lowest, a song would come on, or a song idea would pop in my head, and it would keep me from going to the darkest place. And because of music, I'm actually still alive because of that. Shortly after my retirement from the Army, I was at my lowest. I was going through a divorce. I was fighting for custody for my daughter. And I was almost homeless. So I would sing to myself in those times of trouble. I didn't know what was going to happen. And because of that dark time and because of music, I was able to actually meet my wife. It was just the right time. And she has been my greatest advocate, my rock, my worst critic, but also my biggest supporter. And she fights when I don't have the will to fight anymore. And I do the same for her. That's what a family's supposed to do. My wife and I, we've lived in Brussels for over a year now, and we absolutely love it here. We love Romania. We love the Romanian people. So again, thank you for the food. It was delicious. One of the biggest reasons why I love Romania is reconnecting with my Romanian Special Forces brothers, the guys who are out there training. And our force is getting old. I'm an old guy teaching young men how to do the job, young women how to do the job. And there's nothing greater than serving something bigger than yourselves. I would call on every man, woman in Romania to try out for the Special Forces, because at a minimum, even if you do not make the training, you walk out with some very critical skills that every company in Europe and the world could utilize, from organizational development, organizational planning, how to overcome obstacles, how to work better with people, how to pair up weaknesses and strengths to make a solid team. These are all things that you get taught while also doing some very, very incredible trainings, jumping out of airplanes, how to patrol, how to actually defend your nation if you get called upon. And these are the things that I hope to see more of, more Romanians stepping up to defend, because for a slight sacrifice of time, you get a lifetime of experience, and you also get a new family. Your old family is not bad, you have a more expanded family, just because that brotherhood bond, that sisterhood bond will last you your entire life. So, back to the music portion. I started the band without image to perform and tell my story. And with the greatest help of the other musicians in the band, we've written some incredible music. We have performed on some of the biggest stages, all to help me with my transition back into the civilian world. So, I guess when it totally comes down to it, my three values are my faith in God, my faith and love of family, and my faith and love of country, meaning any country that I'm in and that I have ties to, I will defend that. In each one of those three, there's music. There's worship music for God, there's music and memories with family, wedding songs. Obviously, there's patriotic music from every country you go into. And so music plays a huge role in everything. So thank you for allowing me to share that music with Romania and anybody else who would listen. And again, Catalin and all the staff over at ProTv on La Maruta, thank you for the opportunity. And if I brighten somebody's day, or if I talked somebody off of a ledge that was having a bad day, just remember, I am 1000% getting over bad days, and everybody else can too. You just need to take a deep breath, think of a song, and move forward. God bless.